How's it doing, Ting? How is it existing?
Wow, this is kind of why I seem to spearhead the intros, I feel.
Yeah, probably.
Whoa, so what are you bringing to the table today? The podcasting table, the tablet.
The tablet. Right, okay, so this is... I don't think we're going to be able to release this, but it might be fun. Anyway, I'm going to try and do my best to be able to describe things in a way which means that we will be able to release it. Are you on TikTok?
No.
Right, okay. So, for the people that are on TikTok at the minute, there has been a film that has been buzzing around that a lot of people keep going on about, and I've seen a lot of people going, oh my word, it's the most disturbing, oh my word, it's just like, what is this, and It seems very polarising on TikTok. There's the people that absolutely do not understand what they've just seen and they absolutely hate it, or there's the people that are just like, yeah, okay, sound. And it's actually gone the other way and made them absolutely feral. I just wanted to have a little chat about this film and these scenes in a way I can talk about these scenes, because I have seen it now twice.
Okay. Is it in the cinema?
No, so it's now on Amazon Prime. So it's on Prime. I think it was released in the cinema not long ago, and then it just kind of got put straight onto streaming. I don't know. All I know is the last time I was in the cinema seeing something, I think it was Five Nights at Freddy's in October, I saw a trailer for it then in the cinema, like attached to the film beforehand, and I was like, looks like a good movie, you know? That looks interesting, actually. It looks artistic, it looks well shot, seems like it's got a good soundtrack. I'll have to watch that when it comes out. Obviously, then I start seeing everyone on TikTok going on about this movie, and it's like, well, I have to watch it now. So, I don't know if it's as bad as everyone else is making out it is, or if I've just seen far too many things in my young life that it doesn't affect me anymore.
Probably both.
I didn't think it was that bad. And everyone's like going on about these scenes. Okay, so there's a... So the film I'm talking about is called Saltburn. I can't remember whether it's Cambridge or Oxford University, but you know, one of the swanky universities, very hot, high, posh.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kinds of universities. He's going to one of them, and he basically makes friends with a guy called Felix. Now, Oliver, who is this lad, comes from quite a poor background. He's kind of the scholarship kid. That's how he's got in there. So he's very much on the outskirts of everything. He basically becomes friends with this guy called Felix, who is like Richie Rich, you know, like old England wealth kind of wealth. This guy Felix is played by, is it Jacob Elordi? I don't know, but he's beautiful. Anyway. and Oliver's played by this guy called Barry, and I'm not going to say his last name because I know I'm going to mispronounce it and it's going to make me really upset, but it's called Barry. So Felix invites Oliver back to his house for like summer, because obviously Oliver doesn't want to go back. He's like, I can't go home because his dad's just died and all this kind of stuff, right? So he invites him to Saltburn. That's what the estate is called. The estate is called Saltburn, right?
Okay, someone's gonna get murdered.
I'm not going to go into it in any way to do with actual story, because to be honest, I think it's a good film. I think it's a good film that's been gone to where it is because of a couple of scenes that aren't, from what I think, that terrible.
Okay.
But I think the shock value of it has kind of made people actually want to watch it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so are people hate watching it, or are they watching it like on the shock value?
It seems to be somewhere in the middle at the minute. Like, it seems to be very much, some people are enjoying it, some people are just like, what did I just watch? And it's like, it seems to be everywhere at the moment, just kind of circling online. And
is it a big budget Hollywood film, or is it like a independent?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's independent. Either way, I don't know if it's big budget Hollywood or independent. I just know that I can't remember her name, the one that directed it. But it's like, for me personally, going off of just watching it and not thinking too deeply into it, it's a very, very good movie. It's beautifully shot. It's got beautiful scenes. It's got a lot of foreshadowing in it, which you don't realise until like the second watch through, and then you're like, oh, and suddenly things start to like link together on the second watch through. You're like, oh, but it is one of those ones where it's like, I think if certain things were spoiled, then the story isn't going to be as impactful as it does end up being. Even though it is a very good story, it's a very good look at, like, you know, the differences between like class and like it is, there's a lot to it, a lot more to it than these couple of scenes that everyone's kicking off about.
Okay, can I say my theories just based on the fact of what you've told me?
Yes.
Okay, firstly, I've literally never heard of this film. I don't know anything. Okay, my wild theories so far, and they're probably not correct. 1, they're eating people. 2, there's like a basement downstairs where they're keeping poor people. 3, the rich person I don't know is a murderer. I'm going with murderer.
Okay, no.
Hunting people for sport.
No, different film. But there is a film like that, but no, different film. Right, so Oliver, obviously, Oliver is the young man that's been invited to Saltburn. At Saltburn, there's Felix and his family, so like his mum, his dad, his cousin, and his sister, blah, 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 right? Felix, in this big grand house, shares a room that has an adjoining... So there's like a bathroom, and then both of their bedrooms are either side of the bathroom. So they both share the same bathroom.
Oh, like a Jack and Jill bathroom?
Yeah, where there's like a door either side, right? One of the scenes, Mr. Felix is in the bath, and he is
Okay.
he is giving himself some relief.
Yeah, okay.
And the first thing that boggled my mind was the fact that he didn't check that the joining bathroom door was closed. Red flag. Oliver obviously sees and, like, through the crack in the door, like, doesn't do anything, but is, like, basically watching him relieve himself in the bath.
That's weird.
And then Felix gets up, brushes his teeth, it pans to them both brushing their teeth, you know, at, like, opposite side bathroom and sink. Felix is just like, night then, and he goes, and, like, you can still hear the bath draining, and then Oliver, it cuts to a close-up picture of his face and the drain and the water, and he to say it's there's been a lot of letterbox reviews that have come up saying that girlies are getting envious over a drain. Let's just put it that way. Like, he slurps. It's very audible, mouth in the drain, like in the plug hole.
Oh, the bacteria.
Like sucking up the very milky bath water, right? Okay, bit uncomfortable, but alright.
Bit of bubble bath in there.
Human bubbles, but
You know what? If I ever was in a Jack and Jill bathroom, the amount of stuff I would ram against both doors out of paranoia.
Well, first off, you'd lock the door. You'd shut the door, for starters, if you were deciding to, you know, go in the bath and have a little...
There is nothing worse than when you're in the bathroom and someone jiggles the handle.
There's nothing worse.
Much less if you've got two doors to be paranoid about.
Two doors to be paranoid about, but clearly Felix just doesn't actually care, or he checked that the door was shut before he started, you know. And anyway, so then there's another scene. We're just going to talk about a couple of scenes, because I'm not going to talk about the movie. So there's that scene that everyone was, like, kicking off about, saying, ugh. I'm just there just like, okay, bit weird, but okay. So Felix's sister... She isn't well, bless her. She doesn't seem quite mentally there properly. She seems to be struggling with a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to her eating and that. But she's, like, took a thing for Oliver. So he finds her, like, outside his window in, like, a see-through nightdress, essentially. Like, well, not see-through, but, like, you know, like, the moonlight's coming through and it's, like, a white nightdress and, like...
In England?
In England. She's, like, outside...
Oh, that'll be chilly.
That's what I'm saying. So she's, like, outside the window, and he decides to go down there, and they have, like, this weird, like, kind of... He tells her that she needs to eat because she's not been eating because she's got an eating disorder and all this kind of stuff, right?
Wow. Very inappropriate thing to say.
But she just seems to love it. Like, the Dom sub-role suddenly happens, and she's like, you know, he goes to basically have a play, and she's like, it's the wrong time of the month, and he's like, well, it's a good job I'm a vampire then. And then proceeds to, then proceeds to,
Canoodle.
Blow raspberries in the area, so that happens. That's another one everyone was like...
He proceeds to do what vampires do.
Yes, and suck some blood, if you know what I mean. Everyone was kicking off about that, and it's like, okay, fine. I can see why people might be a bit grossed out, but also it is what it is. Final scene that I really want to talk about, which I think is the one that everyone is kicking off about, possibly the most. Spoiler warning, there is... Felix dies.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into how, but he does die. Oliver, at the funeral, like, you know, they have the funeral, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the funeral, Oliver stays behind at the grave while the rest of the family basically go back to the house, blah, blah. You hear this crescendo, right? So it's like a front-on... So imagine there's the grave there, and you can see Oliver standing there, and it's like a side-on view of the grave and the sky and the rain, and there's like this beautiful crescendo of quite what I would call old English Christian church music, you know, like hymns like... Like a swell of that, right? And as that's swelling, he is crying. And he's like on his knees and he's fallen down to the grave, like the mound of dirt. You don't know whether he's sobbing or laughing into the dirt, but he's like face down, like crying in the dirt. And then the music starts to go quiet and then it goes silent, right? And then he takes off his shirt, and then he takes off his trousers, and you see everything, and he starts to... The grave...
No.
He starts to,
Canoodle.
He starts to canoodle the dirt on the grave, and it goes quiet at this point, so that's all you can hear is just rain and kind of the grunting and the sobbing slash laugh. It's hard to tell whether he's laughing or crying, and just him ploughing the earth. See what I did there? Yeah, he was ploughing the earth on top of the dirt on top of the grave of his friend that he
the bacteria
loved. And then it just cuts to a normal scene like nothing happens, like he's in the drawing room just having drinks with people. It's like, how? So I can understand why people might be upset or might be shocked by it, but I don't know. Like, for me, it was just like, okay.
It's giving me that artsy feel, I'm going to be honest, but I haven't watched it, so I can't.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's pure artsy feel. That's what it feels like to me. Like, when you watch it, honestly, the soundtrack is banging. I'm never going to be able to listen to Murder on the Dance Floor the same way again.
Oh, nice.
Ever. But yeah, no, the film as a film is solid. Like, it's solid. It's got a good story. It's got amazing acting. And it's just like, the shots, the soundtrack, it's very good. It's got a lot of symbolism to it. But I think a lot of people, instead of shouting praises for the movie actually being what it is, are just so fixated by the couple of scenes that are very disturbing. Because there are a couple that are like, they go a bit far. And I'm not saying that they don't go a bit far, they do. But if you go into it knowing what the movie's going to be, I don't think it's anywhere near as shocking as everyone else is making out.
But also that goes into, like, censoring art, which arguably, yes, there are some things that should not be, you know, glorified outside of, you know, certain situations. But, like, censoring art is a very big issue, and I don't think that is, like, it's not really that controversial, I'm going to be honest.
No, I don't think that's very controversial at all.
And also, I'm going to put it right. I am not drawing this comparison in today's age, but what I'm saying is the reaction to that is very similar to the reaction that, like, Brokeback Mountain had.
Yes, okay. Yeah, no, I do see what you mean, because obviously we were...
And famously, Brokeback Mountain still had that, like, stigma about it. And then if you ever actually watch it, because what most people know is that it's just, oh, it's that gay cowboy film. But essentially, it's really not. I watched it one time, absolutely not knowing, like, how emotional and good storytelling it is. Because it was never held up for that. And I'm not saying, you know, two men falling in love in a time where it wasn't acceptable and they had wives is the same as that. But the reaction...
Yes, I understand what you're saying, because everyone at the time, I remember everyone being like, oh, everyone was almost in a rush. Either you loved it or you hated it. There was either, like, you really supported the fact that, hey, it's a movie about two gay cowboys in a time when you couldn't really be gay cowboys, or it was like, whoa, it's a film for gay people, and it's like, no, it isn't. But yeah, because, like, I think, when was that released?
2005.
I remember it had the guy from Donnie Darko in it, and people were going on about it. So yeah, I remember a lot of people being, like, shocked about it, but then I don't think many people actually watched it.
I don't think many people watched it, but that was the only gay media I could possibly think of at that time. And it was stigmatized as being like, you know, it's crude, it's disgraceful. Meanwhile, it's literally just two men falling in love in a field. And it's not crude in any way.
Oh no, so terrifying. And yet Sex and the City is broadcasted and that's fine. Yeah, that's a whole other kettle of fish that I think we will need to talk about at some point, because it is the whole censorship thing. But when it comes to films, like, I do think at the moment Saltburn is very much at that.
Yeah.
I think there's certain people that are shocked by it, and the people that are shocked by it are not even seeing the movie behind it. They're just seeing the shock of the couple of scenes that were in the movie. And that makes me a bit sad, because it's like, well, there's a lot more to that movie than there is being given credit for. Like, everyone instead's just, you know, heart-throbbing over the actors that played these characters and the scenes, and it's like, okay, fine, but there's so much more to the film than that.
But here's the thing though, right? I don't think that's that extreme, because if that was a man and a woman... Yeah,
it'd be fine.
That is genuinely, like, so many films, and it's not good, you know, like, creeping on someone in the bath. Not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good, but it's normal.
However, that is genuinely, like, quite a lot of films. So why is it suddenly controversial?
If you look at a lot of rom-coms are actually a lot darker than you'd think. Like, especially when it comes to women in rom-coms, it's like they don't actually have any mind for themselves. It's just, I'm going to be with this strong man until another strong man proves that I should actually be with that strong man. And it's like, she can't make her own decision. But this happens with a lot of films, I think, when you look at them in a different light, especially as adults. They kind of have different vibes to them, and it just feels...
For sure. I mean, rom-coms are definitely, like, oh, this woman's ugly. Wait, she got heels and extensions and a dress? Everyone wants her now. Yeah, that's a good message to send.
Everybody wants her. That's a great message. Like, oh, she lost a bit of weight and she had her eyebrows waxed. Wow, she's now like literally Angelina Jolie.
Literally.
She went from literally nothing to a goddess, and that is a shame. But yeah, I just think that Saltburn wasn't that bad. I think everyone needs to stop being little wusses about it, and actually, if they want to watch something like disturbing, watch something disturbing. I just wouldn't think. I don't think it's that disturbing.
No, I mean that's not, in my opinion, that extreme. I think it is the fact that it's just two men that is arguably half the reaction. Because I don't think it would get that reaction.
I don't know, because like there was a lot of issue with the vampire scene. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. Everyone's acting like it's the worst thing in the world.
Okay, so there's a few shocking scenes, but...
Okay, grow up.
It's not even as bad as, like, some horror film scenes, which can get real weird. What's that film? Yeah, Fresh. Fresh is one that's, like, of the same ilk, I'd say.
Oh, that's the one where he eats.
That's the one. Right. Okay, Fresh. The most unrealistic film ever, right? Because in no world would a woman in today's society meet a complete strange man, irregardless of his Sebastian Stan, irregardless, and go, yes, on our first date, our first outing together, after meeting you for 5 minutes, I'll go to this strange cabin in the woods where there's no signal and no one knows I'm there.
That seems like a great idea. It's like, okay, no wonder she's gonna get eaten. If she doesn't get eaten, I'm disappointed.
What woman would do that?
No woman would do that. No woman's that stupid.
Exactly.
For me personally, I do not think Saltburn is that bad. Nudity for me isn't a thing anyway, because obviously when you study art for so many years, it's just kind of like,
it's the human body, and I don't think it's weird in any manner or form.
No, it just is what it is. Nudity is nudity, doesn't matter. Just because someone's naked doesn't automatically make it sexual.
It's a society-based stigma for these things to be connected.
Yes, it is, because like, at the end of the day, there's places where nudity just isn't a thing compared to here, do you know what I mean? Like, there's places that have public baths and stuff, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I very much enjoyed the movie. I didn't think it was that shocking.
No, I agree with you. I think it's not that weird.
It's the fact that the drain doesn't look clean. The actual drain looks a bit dirty.
Well, that's it. I don't think that was bleached beforehand, and like...
Oh, no, it was not. It was not. No, it didn't matter, though.
Nah. I'm just thinking, like, a bacterial swab is... honestly, from my personal point of view, the hygiene is not there. Like, I'd be getting antibac. I'd be putting on marigolds.
Yeah, that's been the episode. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I feel like I've seen a lot worse in my time, and I don't understand why everyone's kicking off about it. Maybe I'm the strange one. Yeah, I don't know.
That's been the episode. I've been Luke.
I have been Shannon. I have been your crazy one today. Hang on, some of the reviews that are being put up. Sometimes you just have to bottom your way to the top.
Oh my, I love that. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.